Hey everyone, and yes, you are a badass. Welcome back to another episode of No More Excuses. This is the podcast where I help you kick excuses to the curb and embrace the power of continuous learning, growing both personally and professionally. I'm your host, Sandy Ballard, the badass business coach. And today I want to discuss a topic that is near and dear to my heart, why it's crucial to keep learning no matter where you are in your personal or professional journey. But first, I want to share a little bit. I've been doing this the last couple weeks, a badass moment of the week. Yes, this one comes from Julie, who decided to take another course and earn yet another certification, despite being in the industry for decades. Oh, she's a lifelong learner, but it helps her help her clients. She said, no more excuses for staying, not just my podcast, but no more excuses for her for staying in her comfort zone, learning something new, ignited a passion, a fresh passion for her work, which is helping her heal others and learn to grow themselves. So her growing is helping others heal and grow. So kudos, Julie. You're amazing. As always, you're a badass. And your story perfectly sets the stage for the discussion today. Yes. All right, badasses, are you ready? Let's dive into the importance of continuous learning in a rapidly evolving world where over the last few years we've had to pivot, grow, learn, try something new. Yes, stagnation is the enemy of progress. And if you haven't learned anything from the last few years, then I don't know. Maybe you need a little kick in the ass. I need to put my pointy shoes and get my whip out and get you into gear, because learning will continue to help you not just learn and grow personally and professionally, but help others no matter what you do. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting your journey, the journey of learning never ends. It's not about staying relevant, it's about staying ahead, right? And let's address the elephant in the room, the excuses we often make to avoid learning. And I've said some of these over my few years as well. I don't have the time. I'm too old to learn new things. I already know enough. Or even I can't afford what I want to do. I can't afford the course or the conference. Sound familiar? I know they do to me. And it's time to kick those bullshit excuses to the curb. I believe in continuous learning, and I know it's crucial to overcoming common barriers and helping people, no matter who they are, step out of comfort zones and take chances, take those risks, like I discussed in last week's podcast. Continuous learning is not just about acquiring new skills. It's a mindset that fosters adaptability and resilience. And who doesn't want to be resilient and relevant? The key is to embrace curiosity and view the challenges, as an opportunity for growth, but just an opportunity in general. Overcoming the barriers often involves prioritizing learning, prioritization, my favorite, setting realistic goals, another favorite, and seeking support from a community of like-minded individuals. Amen, right? I've asked a few of my listeners and clients to share their thoughts on continuous learning and overcoming obstacles and how it's helped them. So here's what Chris sent in. He said, "Hey Sandy, this is Chris. I used to think I knew everything about my industry." Yes, you did. But attending a recent conference opened my eyes to new perspectives. It's revitalized my passion for what I do. And that's awesome, Chris, because conferences are always a great way to relearn things, to rehear it, to learn new tips and tricks, trends in your industry, and reminders of how or why you're doing something, or reminder of, oh shit, why did we stop doing that? But as someone I've spoken at and attended many conferences over the years, you got to do something with that newfound knowledge or reminders that you received at the conference. Not just keep that shit in the file folder. or your email or your notes, wherever you took your information or received the information. You can't just let it sit there and today's shit and next week's shit just pile up on top of it. You got to remember to do something with it. So my suggestion would be to set up reminders to implement some of the things you learned or were reminded about. Or if you work for a company, share your insights in an overview. Perhaps you can share the materials, because you never know who else this may help who didn't get to go to the conference. And yes, so conferences, I used to, like I said, used to and will be speaking at them all across the United States. So if you need a speaker, let me know. All right, shameless plug there. But all right, so client Kathleen. Hey, Sandy, it's Kathleen. Being in my industry, continued education is a requirement. Yes, a lot of people, I have to have continuing ed to keep my certification. A lot of people have to have it to keep their certifications, their licenses, whatever it is, keep their job. Even though continued education is a requirement to keep my license, and even though sometimes I dread attending the classes, even if it's online, I end up learning something new. There's always updates with technology, equipment, and ways to treat our patients. So as much as the CEs are required, I do love gaining knowledge of not how to just grow my business, but grow as a doctor as well. Yes, many times it feels like that dread, that like going to the gym. I don't want to get up. I don't want to go, or it's too cold out, or I'm just tired. Once you get there, you feel great, and you wonder why you had such a negative mindset about it. Half the battle is just getting there, right? Well, thank you to Chris and Kathleen. You're both great examples of the transformative power of continuous learning. And remember, your growth inspires others to take that leap. So for those of you listening, maybe you've been putting off a class or a course or a webinar. I know there's times where I miss a webinar and I'll put it in my calendar, listen to it. And sometimes it gets moved, but you have to remember the importance of it. What was the topic? How is it going to help me grow? But how is it going to help me help others? There you go. So before I wrap up, before I wrap up, I want to help you by doing another challenge, right? Identify one skill or topic you've been putting off learning, right? What do you want to do, like I said a second ago, that can help, not just help you, but help you help others? You know, it could be related to your career. It could be a personal interest or a hobby. So take that first step, whether it's enrolling in that course, attending the workshop, or simply dedicating time each day or a few days a week to self-study. Let's make this a week of intentional learning. Remember, the more you learn, the more you grow. So break free from excuses. Yes, break free from these bullshit excuses, because there are no more excuses. You've got to embrace the journey of continuous learning and watch how it transforms your life. So share in the comments or email me, Sandy@sandyballard.com, Sandy with an I, what you're going to challenge yourself with. What are you going to enroll and do, sign up for, or learn? And follow me this week on social media as I continue this conversation. Perhaps spotlight you, share something. Maybe you've had just something new that's helped you, like Julie or Kathleen or Chris, and share what you're going to challenge yourself with if you haven't already, or maybe you want to do it again. So that's all for today's episode of No More Excuses. Thank you to everyone for your input and for you for listening. And hopefully you'll share this podcast with others. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a review. And if you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed in like this crazy world of business, let me know. I do have a monthly coaching group starting up again soon. So go to my email me or my website, badassbusiness.coach. At the bottom, you can sign up for the wait list. All right. Thank you again. I'm Sandy, the Badass Business Coach. And until next time, stay badass. Cheers.